Alright, so we're on part 5. Let me get my audio fixed. Alright, we're on part 5 of my Vampyr 2018 Evil Johnny playthrough. Made a lot of progress in the story, but get this out of the way. If you're in the live stream, as always, leave a comment so I know you're in here. I see Jurassic is in here. Always good to see Jurassic in here. Can you in the chat hear me well? Just want to be clear with the audio. If you're watching it when it uploads, leave a like and a comment. It means the world to me. I love seeing comments and interaction. I'll make sure everybody can hear me right today. Alright, cool. Yeah, if you're watching it when it uploads, feel free to fast forward a few minutes. Doesn't bother me at all. I just usually give it about 3 or 4 minutes to let people show up for the live stream part of it. And Barcode is in here. Thank you. Always good to see you. When I see my girlfriend Kaylin is in here. Thank you. Yeah, I think last part was one of the most interactive experience ones. We are a walking OP vampire. If you watched the last part, if you're interested in the story of Vampyr, I would suggest going and look at the playlist on my page. That one I played like a moral vampire, kind of how I imagine Jonathan Reed being. So if you want to see the story, I would check that out. This is basically, let's get through this game as fast as we can, but make as much chaos as we can. Drain as many people as we can. Try to get as powerful as we can. And so far, it's been pretty successful. Boss fights are not much of a hassle. A lot of the vampire hunters are very easy to defeat. So it's definitely an excitingly different way to play it. I never probably would have, so I always have to thank my chat for, you know, requesting a evil playthrough. It is very much a different way, a different style. If you play like me and played very moral, combat was very difficult. But you get to see the full length of the combat when you go unhinged like we are doing. Like the second most difficult boss, I would argue, was level 30. We went into it like level 38. So yeah, it wasn't super complicated. But yeah, it's been an absolute fun ride seeing how powerful Johnny can be. Alright, with the early parts out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get started and see how far we can make it. I think we're in chapter 4 or chapter 5. There's 7 chapters if you include the epilogue, so I think we could probably get through in maybe, you know, 2 or 3 more parts for sure. So let's go ahead and get started. I have to preference this because I've been having issues. If I have a technical issue and my stream crashes, I will probably just go ahead and start it back up for an hour and a half. Just depends. If we're late to the 2-hour part of the video, then I might not start it back up. But if it goes down in like an hour, you know, hour 45, just check my page, be on the lookout. I might go ahead and start the next part. I don't know if it's having issues with me streaming on YouTube. Didn't have really any issues with Prey. I've had a few issues with Vampyr. But yeah, with that out of the way, I'm excited to see what we end up doing in this part. Alright, so we're level 39. Because we just leveled up last part before we headed out. We'll do the usual checking the districts. This one, we just need to meet these few people behind the barricade. But we're going to drain him, I think is our mission. So after that, we're going to basically run house on these people. This district fell. Joe Peterson's missing. This district should have fell, but he is vital to the story, so that's why it hasn't. And she's lost, which is interesting. And everyone in here is gone. So that's a little heads up of what we've been doing. That's why I have so much XP. Let's see. Got a bunch of great weapons though. But so far this is our kind of our loadout. We got a maxed out blood cauldron, which is absolutely amazing. But let's see where we're going here. I have so many bullets that I could just... I have 102 bullets. Like, my lord. So how is everybody in the chat doing today? I absolutely love the background music for this game. It's so ominous. It totally works. Okay. It's good to hear, Barcode. If you're watching this when it uploads, again, a like and a comment mean the world, and if you want to recommend a game, feel free to. I'm open to suggestions. I have my next game already lined up. I will be announcing it in the last part of this series. Like, did you see this?
Steady, boys.
Done.
Watch it. It's a killer.
One tap. As we dubbed it, the permanent boop of doom. It's basically what we're doing now. But I will be announcing the next game on my stream, either at the last part of this or on my TikTok, which is SgtParson's. Sorry, same as here. It's where I do all the updates on the streams. There's people upstairs? No. How do you even get up there? I've literally never been upstairs. Wow. I didn't know there was an upstairs. Boop.
Over there. There's one of them vermin.
Hey, Kaylin, did you just hit 500 followers on TikTok? Congratulations. If anyone in the stream is a fan of horror, true crime, I would definitely go give her a follow at Crime with Kaylin, with a K. Definitely go check her out. I've literally never been up here. This is so funny. Never. Look at all these. What is this? A double barrel shotgun? Oh, I act like I've never had a double barrel shotgun. Hi, Phantom's in here. Nice to see you. And yep, halfway to 1,000. Bet this is locked. Shocker.
I cannot enter. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood.
Is the game audio good enough for you guys? Because it's a little loud for me, but I want to make sure you guys can hear it well. you guys. Thank you guys. So let's see, how are we gonna get in here? Because this one I think gave me fuss last time, trying to figure out how to get into here. It's about how it's been. Pretty sure I got lost here last time. Did she? Okay. Dang it. I was gonna say, did she just completely shrug my claws? No. Need to find a... That's one thing that's gonna be a bit annoying, because I feel like any enemy I run into is going to be so weak that I won't be able to, like, drain the blood from them. What is up, Eli? If you guys are interested in anyone else that streams, every Friday, I think it's 10 o'clock, you can go check out Eli's stream in the chat. He's currently playing Hades, and it is a very entertaining, very interesting game. Ow. Oh no. Alright, I don't even think I have to get rid of this vampire, but I'm gonna get rid of her because that is so annoying. Where are you at? These vampires are so annoying. Yep, come here. Come here. Shh. Shh. Be quiet. Very annoying. Okay. Oh, I came this way. I just did a full circle. Alright, let's look for a fancy house. I'm trying to find Aloysius Dawson's mansion. Who names their child Aloysius?
I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Do you think so? Oh no, a level 30 Ekin. Whatever will I do? Yes, that level 30 vampire last time gave me a good fight. And he just got one-tapped by our blood cauldron. It's a shame. Oh my god, I hate these vampires. Is this where I need to go underground? I thought we went underground last time and it did not lead us to where we needed to go. That seems to be like where it wants me to go, at least. again, my moral code would feel bad if I didn't just play it almost as best as I could with Jonathan. We could call this a what-if scenario, or an alternate reality where Johnny just doesn't care about people. We could just write it as he came back from war a much more hardened individual instead of a caring doctor. I think maybe some of these enemies will start getting into like the 30, 32 range. Because I won't get another big health. I won't get another big level increase. It's basically what we're doing, Eli. We're not necessarily like ignoring the story. It's there.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
It's there, but we're basically just showing people if you don't have a moral code in a game, how much fun the combat can be.
Foolish Echo. I will crush you. You shall learn.
Oh no, that was difficult. Yeah, he was a hard boss fight last time. Level 32, so we would have been about a level 27-ish. Like, that would have been a pretty tough fight last time. But bully of the bullies, Jonathan ate his high school. Can you kill every person you come across? Not everyone, but anyone named, basically. So, I would say most of the people you come into contact with, you can. Did I miss something? Oh, there's a door right here. Okay. Alright. Barely a scratch. And I didn't even have to use my gun, it's just I have so many bullets that I'm just... Johnny's he's showing up strapped, you know, and basically just unloading because he has enough bullets to do it. Evil Johnny is packing. Exactly, Jurassic. Exactly. Like I said, Eli, like most, like, I guess technically you can. The issue it has is the more people that you end up consuming, it degrades degrades.
Louise's father was determined to find and save her.
It degrades the district, so, like, I didn't plan it out really well, so, like, there was, like, 4 or 5 people in Whitechapel that died before I could drain them. But, realistically, yeah, you can basically drain everyone. I just did a circle. Okay. Let's go down here. Just taking these little side paths, seeing where they go. Trying to find that one where the chick is, like, held hostage by the vampire. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think it's better, like, I think the mesmerized level is smart, because it makes it where you can't just consume everyone. Like, you have to keep some of them, like Swansea, and the mesmerized level is kind of there, so it's like, hey, you can do these side missions, but our chaotic selves are like, nah, I'm good. Can I get this right the first try? Where does it want to be at? Puzzles? Really? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing? That made a noise. No, but that's the point, Eli, if you've been watching. You can't just... If you just drain everyone, like, say, when you're Mesmerized 2, if you drain everyone that's Mesmerized 2, the district could fall to the point where they die, so you won't even be able to drain them. You kind of have to plan it out, otherwise you're going to miss out on a lot of people that just die from the district falling. I need this to go up. Why is it going down? I don't remember having this much issue last time. There we go. I think I did it. Oh, come on. That's like right here. Because if you just went complete chaos, you wouldn't have near as much XP as we have right now. We've planned it out where we basically drained a whole district before upgrading. That's where I get jumped. I remember this. I get jumped here. Oh man. Tough encounter. Oh, I know what it wants me to do. Keep going back and forth. Yeah, now I have to get all the water as low as possible. Come on. I don't like when they throw puzzles into a game that's not a puzzle game. I'd never want to cross Jonathan, honestly, like, because the way I played the first part, you know, I guess the spoiler, I guess, if you didn't watch the first series, but I always seen it as Jonathan would drain one person, like, the first one they show you, the criminal that no one cares about, he would drain one person, and then after that he would realize, I can't do it again, you know? I don't want to accidentally be that first guy that he has to make that decision of.
Stupid newborn!
try to make him stronger by surviving that cauldron. What's her mesmerized level? She might not make it out of here.
Miss Teasdale.
How do you know mine?
My name is Dr. Reed.
So my father really was looking after me. This man.
I'm afraid so.
Suppose my jet.
Thankfully.
I must find my father's.
Could you be a vampire knowing you had to drink blood daily to live, but you'd live forever? You know what? If I had to, I would the closest I can imagine, I would have to be like Aiden for being human. You know, he works at the hospital. I wouldn't try to drain actual people. I would try anything I can to not. I mean, I guess you could argue, yeah, maybe I could be a bad guy.
My father always said, even those few who offer help always want something in return. And he was right.
Like, that would be hard for me because, like, I mean, I'll be a vampire, but I do still believe in the due process. But I'd probably be some sort of vigilante, to be honest with you. I wouldn't try to drain everyone, but yes, I try to be as close to like Aiden from being human. If I could find a blood supply that didn't require having to drain people, that's what I would try to do. Well, I mean, that's a slight scenario if it runs into that, but, you know, I would just try to keep my best to keep like he does. If you do it enough, you get on sort of a routine, you wouldn't have to have the craving hit. I don't know. That's a good question. Does it have to be human blood? I would just assume blood, right? So yeah, Phantom, that's actually a pretty good idea. Become good friends with the butcher. Oh, okay, cool. So I mean, even there, right there. You know, Aiden had it great because he worked at a hospital, but if there's a butcher, or I go hunting, like, there's ways around it. So yeah, I wouldn't have to drain someone.
Good evening.
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me in my...
Good to see you.
Oh, yes.
Maybe share some hints.
I am... I do the best.
What?
Oh, no.
What can you...
I don't...
What can...
Some of... No.
Does he not?
No.
And it's your first time. If it is your first time watching the stream, yes, this... I'm very clear this is not a story stream. I'm skipping through the dialogue only to try to improve the blood quality.
Do you...
Oh, yes, doctor. No. Oh, no.
I have a playlist on my page. It's 13 parts. If you're interested in the story, highly recommend it.
Have you?
Yes.
What do you mean?
He said he was...
Goodbye.
I am sorry. Dr. Reed. I can't help you.
Good evening, Miss Rice.
Dr. Reed.
Always...
Too long.
Do you need...
Oh, yes.
I'm...
Perhaps. I'm...
Really?
Don't get me... I would...
Have you...
Other than...
Carol...
I'm taking...
But she'll...
Why would she?
Does your...
Have you not...
So you're...
Some things...
Why would...
She does not... Maybe...
Do Do you...
Everybody.
Did he buy...
No, he...
But isn't...
That was before...
That would be... Caitlin, that would be the worst possible dice roll for a vampire.
May I look at your...
It's always a...
Imagine if you could only drain someone with O blood. That would just be unfair. You didn't get a very good dice roll on that one. I have a lot of weapons. They should be letting me sell on a lot of them. Get rid of this. I'll keep it just to see if it gets higher upgraded. Yeah. All right.
Dr. Reed. I am glad.
They put the weirdest spots to hit you with a loading screen in
I
this
hope you
game.
can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening, young lady.
My mother always prefers when people simply call me Carol.
The conversation in the chat. Ominous music. Where are you going with Dr. Reed? I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'll be back.
Mother, where are you? I can't see. I'm so afraid, Mother.
Like, I've been wanting to rewatch Being Human, because that's another one of my favorite vampires. I want to say in that series, though, if the person they're biting is sick, they can get sick. I want to say, I want to say there's a really bad, like, I don't know if it's an epidemic, but like a sickness going around where they had to watch who they
You know you can call me
drained.
Carolyn, my dear doctor.
Could be wrong though. It's been a while since I've rewatched it. And see, honestly, all these questions you guys are asking in the chat, like in the interaction, you know, Johnny does have that ability to manipulate with you with words, so he could genuinely be like, hey, where is your license? And they'd be like, oh, it's at home, I can go get it. Good idea. many small touches in this game that I enjoy. Like, just that creepy music as you're, like, luring them to the spot, and then that, like, ominous opera sound when you finally devour the person. It's just pretty dope.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation.
And who are...
I'm Dr.
I'm Detective...
I work for the
The Ascalon.
See, I can't drain him yet.
What?
I'm the one.
What?
I'm not...
Haven't I?
All right.
Why?
Criminal.
Does the...
Of course it does.
What?
I told...
Do...
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Tell...
I'm not here.
How could...
That's my name.
What are you...
Our current... She's away.
Do you have...
No. Mr.
Where was he?
Mr.
Do you know...
Who doesn't?
What else?
Aloysius daughter.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed?
Is there any...
No, it's...
I think...
That's odd.
I'm afraid...
Yeah, like 30 Days of Night, if you want, is my favorite when it comes to like creepy, terrifying vampires. That's when I think of vampire as a horror figure, that's how I imagine them.
Tell me, Will, and what... Because why do you want...
I'm not really...
Like something that I'd rather be? Oh, Johnny here.
Can you
Except
tell me?
moral.
As you...
Please.
Do you like...
I don't know.
You...
And
I stopped...
But what...
Does it really...
Tell
I just...
Because I'm not out here asking for like Dracula Untold, you know, army destroying powers, but like Jonathan, extremely powerful, but like
Who are you waiting? I really... And why?
Is
But why would...
Well...
can be kind of understated if he wants to be.
What can...
I've heard...
Goodbye.
You see what level his brother is before I do that.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
That's all...
Well, is it not...
I
am...
See, I see. Eli here wants to conquer the world. I'm not in it for that. Like, I'd be just fine not doing that. Fiction is probably Mina from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but I'd want to be the Twilight. I mean, that's fair. I do like Mina from League. Vampire Twilight is Jasper. Yeah, Jasper is the one that I actually kind of like in the movies.
What?
It's the...
Why? Because... I still...
Then I am...
Is that all?
Pericles. I...
Okay, so I can't drain both of these.
Who... The more I... But what else?
I don't know. Have you... At least...
What can...
You should ask...
Yeah, Carlisle was alright. Like, I can understand someone wanting to be the Twilight Vampires with, like, very few weaknesses. But yeah, I think before this game, I would have been fine being, like, the vampires from the Interview of the Vampire. But this is, like, those vampires from Interview with just more power. The Interview of the Vampire was my... you know, one of my favorite vampires in the sense of if they were real and they were around, that's kind of how they would act and be. But again, Vampire one-upped itself. Like, games like Vampyr, just a side note, games like Vampyr and another game called Murder Soul Suspect were kind of the driving force for me wanting to dress like this. I bought a lot of dress clothes, bought a dress shirt, or dress jacket. If I had the money and, you know, I was in a little bit better shape, this is how I would want to dress.
Good evening.
I'm by no means a Twilight expert. Is he like the leader of the Newborns or whatever, Riley? If so, I think the Newborns had the most interesting concept, and it's why I was excited about that. I thought them as characters.
So in the end, was it you we were waiting for? Death was our destination.
Like, the Newborn idea I always thought was super intriguing. It's a shame they really didn't do anything with that storyline. But still interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I feel like this guy down here is not gonna like me when he meets me. He was fine dealing with me when I was moral. I don't know what he's gonna do with me being immoral.
Jonathan Reed.
I beg your pardon.
Of course you do.
You are the leader.
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise.
The cards told me.
Yes, they tell me everything.
What can
I really do.
So you...
Oh, I... No.
Read my...
You have been chosen, Jonathan.
Tell me about...
I'm from...
Some guard. Did they...
A personal...
Do you want your...
If you ever... It was...
What do you make?
Edgar.
How do you...
I told you.
Is it... I would... How do you...
I told you.
Is it possible?
The vampire's fate is...
All right.
You'll cast your heart into the fire without hesitation.
How did you...
Swansea told me.
She could have survived as a vampire. If only she could give me a chance.
Not all vampires accept that.
I could have...
No, John.
May I?
Of course. It was a...
What was the
problem?
Poof, that's... So you're not...
Once upon...
Is...
Alois,
He's not...
true.
Can you read...
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you a...
Here.
The glutton. A man who just eats life as a cake. A righteous ego, surprised to fall in love.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wonder. Perhaps London will survive the epidemic, but I see terrible trials.
I'm hoping I get mesmerized level 5 after I drain Aloysius. Because I don't want to miss out on some high level people. Okay, so Avery. So I've met just about everybody. I don't know where he is. So these are the last bit of people. That's the church. Well, it's more of a confidence thing, Eli, than anything else. Like, I used to be in better shape, and that's when I bought the stuff, but now none of it fits. So that's kind of just the world telling me to get in better shape. Where is this mansion? Because this is the church. I understand why I can't go in there. Do I have to go? Oh, I bet this is where I have to go through this area. I think I have to go through here to get to the mansion. That I used to be the guy that would go to our, you know, Connor State College in a dress shirt and tie, and everybody down here, down south in Oklahoma, are like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I just like dress shirts and dress pants and stuff." Obviously my goal is to not have to buy new clothes, but you know, that's highly unrealistic. I mean, I do like my blue dress jacket. This should be interesting. Draining Aloysius. I don't even know as old as the character is. I wonder if he has a lot of XP. Hey Johnny, what's up, buddy?
But the question remains.
I just got a glitch.
Am I ready to make a dying man like progeny?
Did I just hit a glitch? Like, I think I just glitched. Okay. Well, let's hope. Let's hope I don't lose progress, because I literally just couldn't move. That's upsetting. I'm hoping it saves when I get to the mansion. What is my favorite Twilight movie? The one that had the newborn. Don't know which one that is. I thought they did a really good job in the movie Eclipse. I guess it's Eclipse then. I thought they did a good job early on in that movie, from my memory, setting up the threat level of what they were. Did I like how it ended? No, but I was at least wanting a fight between Riley and Edward, not a very, very one-sided, quick. Like, Edward beat him about as easily as Johnny is beating his enemies in this game. You'll be posting tournament results soon? I wonder if mine does well. Oh good, so we didn't lose progress. Hopefully my idea, Eli, survives the first round. There were some good choices, though. Well, that's what I'm saying. They turned the romance into action, so I was thinking, okay, we'll get a cool fight. Nope, it was an absolute embarrassing fight. But he is... Is it bad that my favorite characters in Twilight is... I guess his name is Riley, and I think his name is James in the first one? Is it bad? Those are my favorite characters? Ah, Kayla, you're quick to the comment. Yeah, those are the only two characters that I really liked. Again, two characters that were supposed to be an absolute threat for Edward end up being nothing. Nothing close. But still think they were cool characters. I think it's hilarious that even in our regular series, somehow we couldn't go through a whole stream without revolving back to Twilight. I blame Jurassic and I blame Kaylin.
It's locked, all right.
I blame you too. Dawson's over here almost dying, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Oh, it's fine. I especially like this series where we're just basically gameplay only. I love interacting with you guys. Even when we're doing story, I'll try to interact as best as I can. But with this one, it's like I'm skipping through all the dialogue, so it's nice to have a chat running.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I had to pass several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
That's a fair point to have, Kaylin.
I see you've gathered some of
your
the most
childhood.
Expensive, albeit experimental.
So no matter what people say, you're still going to enjoy them.
All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight, I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would help me to escape the Reaper.
Very nice to see you in here, Matt.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all,
I can assure...
I'm the only vampire in the room.
All right, oh. Well...
You'll need... What I... Let's move...
Please,
But first, before you embrace...
That's a rather
Answer me all...
To save London.
Who... I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. You're not turning. I'm not wasting 2,000 XP to turn you.
You don't deserve immortality, Mr. Dawson.
What? What are you prattling on about?
I don't believe I've ever met a man so bereft of empathy. You, sir, are despicable.
No! Wait! You can't! I made a deal with Lord Redgrave. I'll finance whatever he wants. Please, just ask him.
Sleep now. Rest now. Forever.
I mean, even morally, this man... Even morally, you have to talk him into basically dying on his own. He doesn't deserve to live.
Forever. Who are you to decide my fate? Who gave you the authority?
Me. Johnny is his own authority. Mesmerize level increased. Nice. When Johnny wants to be straight up scary, he's terrifying. What is up, Go-Go? Nice to see you in here. Okay. Hey guys, thanks for coming out with the support. Again, we can't always trust the number up there, but you know, it's just 9 people in here. Thank you. Now, let me say this before we go any further, Kaylin. I know you want to read that, and I'm sure you'll probably enjoy it, but I have this weird feeling like Edward's perspective is going to be really creepy. I feel like it's going to be more creepy. Alright, so morally we bow up to Lord Redgrave. I wonder if it changes, because I will say right now, the only downfall, I expected more like badass moments for being, you know, evil. A little disappointed with that, but like I've always said, I feel like when they made the story, they wanted you to play morally good, but they're like, hey, we need to make the gameplay really fun to try and get you to break your moral compass. But even if he just does this moral thing, bowing up to Lord Redgrave is satisfying.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn as expected?
Alas, Aloysius Dawson was not brought back to life after his death. The man is gone.
What? What happened?
Yes, that's what I was saying, the score. I just love the background music in this game.
I could not let such a dangerous man become immortal. Not from my blood, not for you.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and simple. I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Aw, poor Lord Redgrave, being all pouty. Protect the Pembroke? There's like 2 people there. No one's left. Who's left? Oh, Nurse Branna. Is it Branna? The one nurse lady and Swansea, the only people left. And like I said, we probably could have leveled up a little bit more than what we were at, but I didn't plan out the feedings well enough. So I think like 4 or 5 people in Whitechapel ended up dying when the district fell. So I'm trying to avoid it now. I'm trying to get the rest of the people in the West End, since I have a mesmerize of 5 now. Right, yep. So basically everybody in the game's on the menu now.
We need to get
Old Bridget.
your friend.
Did anyone see you?
Who said she came?
I know, right? He's a little.
I need
He needs to get a bit stronger. You know, he's kind of
the
lacking.
lady.
Harriet,
Harriet,
tell me what.
the lady up.
No.
I shall return.
Do we still want to be romantic? What answer do y'all want? I don't know if it'll have impact, but do we still want to be romantic? Alright, well, which option do we want here? 1, 2, or 3? Romance is dead. I'm curious, like, that's the thing, I don't know if there's no romance. I guess I'll just do tell her we need to talk, because that's the least romantic option.
Tell her we...
In the end, is this not what we all need?
That's the thing too, where I said, like, don't get me wrong, love the game no matter what, but I was expecting a few differences. Like, the only big difference that so far has been in this playthrough, Mary's boss fight was a great way of basically blaming the player, like her talking about all the people that you've drained. That was very smart. Having Mary unalive your mother, that was a twist I did not see coming. So that was a good twist. I expected more of those moments.
Doctor... Do you need me?
I'm afraid I'm...
You'll quit.
Thank you.
I wonder what he says to him. You can't really understand. You can't really hear it. I wonder what he says to him. I think trying to, like, embracing that one guy who works for the Brotherhood will be interesting.
So you were the killer. I knew I was right.
Am I more powerful? Gameplay-wise, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we finished the game at level 28 last time. I'm already level 39. And the game's almost over, but it's not over yet. So, I level up, I might be able to level at least another 4 or 5 levels, for sure. So I'll be in the level 40, so I'll be almost double the level I was in the Moral playthrough.
Empress, again. Good evening.
I got a whole black screen for this one.
I should have seen it coming. I should have put a ban upon you. There was too much at stake.
See, that's the interesting thing about it. You know, evil is stronger. Like, I had someone ask me who I thought would be stronger, evil Johnny or morally good Johnny. And I think it's an interesting question because they still have access to the same abilities. So, you know, moral Johnny could still have blood cauldron and all that. And moral Johnny, he always fought harder opponents. So, like, he's not afraid to going into a fight with someone stronger than him. And with the story we know his ancient blood makes him powerful no matter what. So I think it'd be a very interesting confrontation. Evil Johnny versus Michael Myers' current timeline. Well, that's a funny question because current timeline Michael Myers is supernatural, right? So, I mean, realistically, I like Michael, but I would think he would basically just blood cauldron explode him. Because I really don't know what Michael would do if he exploded him. But personally, I don't think he stands a chance, but
Are you from Ascalon?
so what if I am? That's what Michael Myers would probably be realistically. Just a pile on the floor. Just saying. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Michael Myers. He's my favorite horror icon, but don't think he stands much of a chance. Oh, I won't be able to use Blood Cauldron. Oh no. I love how they're hitting me, but it's still not doing a whole lot. No, I'm not disrespecting him. get my exact answer because I'm not caught up. But Jurassic in the chat last time was saying, you know, seeing the full potential of Jonathan and Johnny. I don't think a vampire has any control in the dream world. I don't think. Yeah, I think Jonathan would just be a World War I doctor in the dream world. Although I'm really curious how that works. Like, if you bring someone like a vampire into the dream world, I really wonder how that works.
Good evening, Dr.
They don't sleep, so that's the interesting. Well, some vampires do sleep. You know, the classic.
Are you not?
Oh, I'm
Coffin vampires do.
Are you?
Mr. Rick. It on the
Alright, you know what? I don't really care about talking to this guy. But, I mean, that would be the deciding factor. Like, if he goes to sleep, if we can get them to sleep, I think that's the thing. If, you know, and in the real world, you know, a vampire wins easy. But that's kind of the thing about that. I mean, I think they imply that Johnny does sleep during the day. But that could just be because the save point is a bed.
Death may be the most disappointing dish I have ever tasted. So insipid, so cold.
You know, draining Lady Ashbury's daughter. She's got to have something to say about that, right?
Good evening.
And good.
What do
I was.
Yes, you.
Come on.
Even.
I suppose.
Try to see if I can get some more blood.
Tell me about.
What do you want?
Who
Elizabeth.
do you live?
I still.
How did you?
The correct.
What
You mean?
actually?
Well,
Are you?
all.
No.
Really?
How
People. She is my best.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recent.
Let.
Oh, that.
What?
Your name.
Does it not?
Why should?
Yes, you should.
You can't be sick. Wait.
Glad you found it amusing.
I will, Doctor. No, I don't.
Do you ever?
Of course.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been.
Oh. Oops.
Good evening.
And goody.
Not a whole lot of people left in the West End. It's her, I think your best friend. I don't remember if I drained his wife. I'll be surprised if this doesn't become a story thing.
Pray for my mother to never find my killer. Betrayer.
I'd be really surprised if Lady Ashbury doesn't say something about that. You know? Oh, where'd my daughter go? Oh, you drained her. Fun conversation. Hey, buddy.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie to you.
When did
You know,
I know? Of course. What was? I was sped, but you believe me. Is that you forgot?
It did. Like, there's a few people, even in this bad playthrough, that I'm like, oh man, I don't want to drain them. Lady Ashbury's daughter, that one was kind of tough. For some reason, I liked Milton. I didn't want to drain Milton.
Should have known you were one of them, Johnny. Why was I so blind?
Who's left? Okay, she's back there. I don't remember where she's at, so I'm not mad if I miss out on the 1,000 for her. I think I know where she is. I know where Avery is. Okay, Avery's gonna be sad. That's like draining Alfred. Like, he's just a nice butler who, before Mary became a vampire, was looking after my mom and my family, so this one's gonna be kind of sad. I'm not looking forward to whatever he says before he dies, like... This poor old man.
Yes, sir.
What is this?
For a time,
Have you no relative?
your father,
I'm
your mother,
to be present.
I would.
How?
It was Miss Rick,
How?
Miss Mary.
What are the?
There will.
Where is?
I'm afraid.
Tell me this house.
If only you could.
Whatever arrangement.
Then I will stay.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Okay.
Do you really think I neglected my mother?
Yes, just like your.
I realize.
No.
Is the chat getting a conscience? That's 4,000 XP. Look at it this way, okay? I'll have the chat think about this for a second. Look at it this way. If I don't drain him, he's gonna die anyway because the district's gonna fall, which probably would mean the skulls would break in and rip him apart. So if we have to pick the way he goes, I feel like my option's better than skulls ripping him apart. He's too old, I would think, to escape. I want to hear what the chat has to say because I don't like doing it any more than y'all do. But looking at the outcome, is there a nice way to kill him? I mean, I've never been bitten by a vampire, so I don't know if it's painful. I would assume. Yeah, but that's the thing. Is draining him a more humane way, or having him get ripped apart by those skulls? Because he's gonna die anyway, and every time a district falls, it gets overrun with skulls. So it seems to say either what, best case scenario, he kills himself when he sees how bad this district is. I feel like what we're gonna do is probably the most humane thing. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be sadly the... Alright, you know what? Jurassic, Caitlin, just close your eyes. And just not listen to this part, because I'm sure he's going to say some sad stuff. This is the most humane way. I don't want to, so... Just don't listen. Let's get past it. Remember, this is y'all wanted evil Johnny who cares about no one. Y'all wanted this. I want y'all to remember this.
Fulfilled my promise to your father. This house is now yours, murderous son.
Okay, you know what? Avery, I thought was going to be a lot sadder. He roasted you on the way out. Wow. Avery. I thought Avery was going to be whimpering and make sad things. No, he's like, you murderous. And I'm like, whoa, okay. He had balls on his way out. Dang, I did not expect that. No, I thought he was going to be a lot more, sad about it. Oh, I did everything I could. I served you guys, Honorably. Nah, he was out for it. Now the hard part is I gotta freaking find where oh, that hurt me too. Like this, like you said, there's some of the people in here that deserve to get drained, but some of these people did not. But you guys asked for this. You wanted chaos-filled Johnny, and I gave it to you. This whole series was fan requested. Hey, they're level 32.
Fuck is fast!
Yes, Avery was probably one of the sadder ones to go. Not to sound cruel, but is that one of the Volkways or whatever? I don't have blood clothing on right now, so we're gonna have to fight him. There's a fella in here. How do I get in there?
This is now my domain, you reckon?
Sir, do me a solid. Oh, you're only level 27. I almost wasted a blood cauldron, but then I realized, I thought it said 37. I was like, oh, cool, a competition. No, 27.
I'm Dr.
I think I'm fine.
You don't.
I am.
You're not going.
See?
Bite first, bite hard, no mercy. I might have teared up on stream if he'd have been more sad. If he like
My family. I will never see them again. Will they ever know I died here? Will they remember me?
Now it's gonna bother me because I had to find this one lady. Venus. And I don't remember how to get to her house. Yeah, it's basically what he was. He was Alfred to Johnny. Or Jonathan. Alright, maybe it's this way. I think it's this way. Trying to figure out where she lived. I think it's in this area because this is that one lady. She's going crazy. I wanted to find out about her because some vampire is screwing with her.
Miss Billow.
Or she's just insane.
Do you?
Yeah.
Tell. Don't you
I was
What is?
shadowed.
Master Wayne.
Have you recently?
He is.
Hey, we're past it. There's no need to be trying to be sad about it. It's done. It's over. It happened. We need to move on. Y'all ain't about to make me sad on my stream. Oh, cool. She's taking me right to the house. I'll have to go in there in a minute. Well, that's kind of nice. She kind of took me right to where I need to go. Is Jacob Blackwood? Is that somebody else supposed to know? Because I don't know who that is.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan.
Did you see how creepily he said that? I don't know, man. It's just me. He was, like, the way he said it was just creepy.
What do you need?
Well, blood's the easy answer.
I've done.
I understand.
Yes.
Have you?
You need. I wish I...
There's no...
No, it's not.
Why?
It's...
Venus.
Everyone laughed.
No, she said her tormentor was Jacob Blackwood. The lady who was hearing voices in her head and seeing shadows. I have no idea who that is.
Tell me about...
Drives
I understand.
Question.
So you... The import...
I'm tough.
What?
Soon will...
What?
He is not...
What is up, Luca? It's been pretty good so far.
I danced with you at my wedding, Jonathan. What have you become?
What the chat wanted me to be. That's y'all. Don't try to backpedal, that's y'all. Morally, Jonathan would never have done that. Y'all are the ones that wanted it. Now we just need to get back to the hospital. See if that way is blocked. I didn't say you did, Caitlin. I just said that, you know, certain people, you know, suggested the evil playthrough. I gave them a heads up that it wouldn't be fun, like, with the interactions. Alright, so I guess we'll go this way. You know what? I did want to do something before we left the West End. I take that back. I want to do something if I can. I want to see what happens if I go back into the Ascalon Club, or if they'll even let me. Oh, I'll have to come back here for the story, so. I've never played the Fable games. Was gonna go to the Ascalon Club, but then I realized, well, I'll have to come back here anyway, so we'll deal with that when we get there. I don't want to go through Whitechapel though, that's my whole thing. Yeah, see, I want to try to go around.
See them fancy clothes? This way!
You got one hit on me, good sir. I'm over it, almost. I just have to think of it as what we did was the most merciless way for him to go.
I will return at a more convenient time.
What? Return where?
Don't come. Get there.
Not a good loading spot.
He's dead.
Believe it or not, I would really want to buy Minecraft for PlayStation. Oh yeah, I guess I need to remind people
Over there.
to click the bell icon. I haven't been notifying people to hit the bell icon. I try to make it as easy as possible. Like, I do, you know, I stream Saturday and Tuesday at 11:45, you know, Central Standard Time. Try to make it easy so I don't have to do the whole. Now, Phantom, I said I would play No Man's Sky. I don't have the money for it right now. And let's be honest, between us, if my girlfriend basically said you want No Man's Sky or a Mass Effect Legendary Edition, it's very clear which one I'm gonna pick. See, that's the thing, I don't want to come off, I try my best, I don't want to come off as, like, super annoying by, like, saying, hey, you could subscribe and all that. That's why I try to do it at the beginning, at the end. Like, I try not to be annoying about it, because you're right, I don't want to constantly sound like, hey, do this, do this, do this. I'm like, no, like, that's why I usually say if you like my personality, the gameplay, or the story, you know, feel free to subscribe, like. That's my big thing. I want everybody here to have a good time. You know, I've always said I want to make sure I play games that I thoroughly enjoy. And hope you guys enjoy them too. Where is this nurse at? She should be around here somewhere. So, that's the goal at least. Oh, there she is. Who's she?
Mistress of the dark. Stop following me.
What?
Good evening.
I have a lot to do, Doctor.
I'm not
Brilliant profession.
most.
It would be
Is it?
nobody.
Nobody since he's gone. Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Are you all?
I'm okay.
Do you think he's?
Yes.
Still want me to take her somewhere? You know, there's literally no one in this hospital. If Swansea's been abducted here, then there's no one in this hospital.
Liar! Snake! I had proved my value. I could have done so much more.
done to Edgar?
Nope, you did not miss it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd be blessed if I had sponsorships, but I would try, if that ever happened in a perfect world, I would try not to be, you know, over the top about
Looks
it.
like he's wounded. I better follow the blood.
I mean, I think, at least for me, it'd always be a blessing to be able to, you know, stream and get paid to do it. Like, that would be amazing. As of now, I just enjoy playing games with friends and showing y'all maybe games you've never heard about or knew very little about. So. Okay. Might as well, I guess. I'm not really using it for anything. Don't think I'll need it, but I mean, why not, right? That's what we're using, the perfect bludgeon. 260. I did want to see what this would be. Oh, I don't have enough upgrade, and it still wouldn't be worth it. Okay. It's good to know. Anything I can upgrade before? I'm pretty sure I'm about to go fight McCollum, which... Very interested, because his fight was... I did die a few times in his fight. His fight was a bit of a problem. Alright. Let's, ooh, 50k. Alright, well, let's see how high we can level up, Johnny here.
Alexa, stop.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get maxed out on the bite. I mean, I guess we'll get the most amount of blood for a bite. Ten's the max, right? Okay, so anything that's 10's maxed out. Let's max out the claws. That's a jump from 480 to 720 damage. Blood Cauldron's already maxed. And at this point, I'm not even really going to put the Rage on because there's kind of no point. Does it do anything different except 3 seconds of control? Oh, so these you gain blood. It's not a bad idea, I guess. I guess we'll upgrade the bullets. Why not, right? I'm over here acting like I'm actually rationing XP when I still have 30,000. I don't really use these tactical abilities all that much. Guess we'll upgrade this to get blood. All the abilities we use is highly leveled up now. Guess we'll do Shadow Veil. What are my options? Costed nothing. So it doesn't cost any. So I do more damage when I leave the veil. We'll just do this. Guys, we're level 50. Oh my god. We're level 50? I think that's the max level. Level 50 Johnny. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh boy. I have so many syringes too if I really want to fall back on them. Oh man. Well. Oh, I probably can't turn McCullum now because of the XP I spent. Oh well. If I can turn McCullum, he's the one I'm going to make the exception. If it's like, well, I need 2,000 XP and I don't have it, then I'll just embrace him. That'll be my choices. I'll let the game decide that. I know some of them you can turn without giving up XP, but since I only have 500, if I have to, I'll drain him. Alright, this might be a great part to end on after we beat McCullum. That would literally mean next part easily we'll be beating the series, because I don't think you guys want to go 3 hours, so I think I'll probably, after McCullum's fight, I'll call it, and then the next part might only be like an hour, although I could get lost and it could be 2, but very confidently we'll probably beat the game in the next part. He deserves to. I know in my head, and I wanted him to become a vampire, so I wanted to try to do it here. But again, if it requires XP that I don't have, then I won't worry about it. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it.
Ultraviolet curtains and orichalcum powder. Dr. Swansea's always been a resourceful bastard. I bet he never told you he had this installed in case of a vampire attack. Says a lot about how much he trusts you. What have you done with Edgar? Don't worry. We don't kill.
This guy, I think, is actually the hardest fight in the game.
Friend is deserving of a little punishment for what?
I think he's harder than the final boss.
What are you talking about? We know everything. Swansea and you created this bloody epidemic. You aim to unleash another disaster, just like William Marshall did. No, I'm trying to put an end to it, just like you are. You're his progeny, aren't you? Where is the monster hiding? It's still in England, isn't it?
I have no idea what.
Look at his eyes. Look how pale he is when you're this leveled up.
Please listen to me.
No tricks. That shit won't work on me. We've found proof in the theater. Doris Fletcher was your first experiment. Now where is Marshall? Speak! So much for modern technology. Time for the tried and true.
Cause see, this is cool because he drinks King Arthur's blood.
Do you know what this is, Beast? This is a drop of King Arthur's blood. The
And we
blood
find
of
out
a true defender of Britain, stronger than your evil powers.
We found out that King Arthur was actually a vampire, so logically, this could be one of the ways that he turns into a vampire, which is cool.
Ridiculous. We're losing precious time.
True enough. Soon I'll bring your head before your coward of a father. Freewood prevails!
Oh my god, he's level 33, guys. Oh, he resisted it.
The true defender of this land will protect me. Close your eyes! This is gonna hurt.
Is he not taking damage?
I'll pin you down!
Why is he not taking damage? There we go. Alright.
I know! It hurts, doesn't it?
This be annoying. Done. Hardest boss fight done.
Guardian of justice. Priwen shall prevail.
You can't accept the fact we're not enemies, can you?
We always have been, and we always will be. Of all the evils that threaten mankind, your kind are the worst.
Perhaps you're right. Maybe I am a monster that deserves no mercy. But that's not all I am.
You're nothing but a corpse animated by evil, Doctor. Don't try and fool yourself.
There is no way you'll ever let me be, McCullough. You'll always hunt me down, won't you?
There is no escape, Leech. Kill me now. For there is no way you can sway me to your ideals.
That's where you're mistaken.
See, oh man. You can't drain him? I don't think I have 1,000 XP.
I'll make you a vampire. I'll make you one of us.
No! Kill me!
Dang.
Prepare yourself, Hunter. You're about to be hunted, just like me.
No! No!
When I kissed you goodbye, I had no idea what I was doing. But now I do. Consider this my kiss of Judas.
Oh my gosh. That was so cold. That was badass. Johnny.
Welcome to the world through the looking glass.
Oh, I wanted more of that in this playthrough. That was dope. Welcome to this world. I guess I got the XP that I got from beating him is why I had the 1,000. That's super dope. That was so badass. Oh my gosh. I think we have to go to Lady Ashbury's house before we have to collect all the items. We have to go get Swansea, so I might do him before. Yeah, I'll go rescue Swansea, and that's where I'll end it. With vomit blood. That is cold. I've said it before. A spin-off game with McCollum as a vampire dealing with his predicament would have been fantastic, and I would have paid. I would have pre-ordered. I'd have bought a special edition. I'd have done it all to play that game. I guess it would let me drain him because I'm max level already, which makes me wonder: would I be able to drain Swansea? Because by that logic, I would. If that's why I couldn't drain him, I wonder if that means I can't drain Swansea. Maybe Swansea's gonna have to, you know, live. Well, no, I guess technically he probably will die anyway. I don't know. I mean, since we're already max level, if you can turn Swansea, I might. Because the other option will be him just dying anyway. Just a little less badass, but I don't think any is going to be as cool as what we just got with McCollum. That was awesome. It's funny too, because I haven't used one of my serums in a long time. Get out of there. Okay.
Get your weapons ready! We found one! I'll take his head!
Nice. Nice, you did like a smidgen of damage. Here you go. Well, as much as I said, like, story-wise with the evil playthrough, I considered it a tad disappointing that it wasn't that much different. That interaction with McCollum and the fight with Mary are absolute highlights. The only reason they're not taking less hits is because this weapon can't be upgraded anymore. But yeah, the Mary fight and the McCollum were my favorite parts of this playthrough. Turning McCollum, to me, was super satisfying. That's the one. I think that's just cool because that I got to do what my headcanon, what I've always wanted them to do, is make McCollum a vampire. So yeah, 2 dope moments made it worth it, and the gameplay was super fun.
So Priwen never left Doris's theatre after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in the new headquarters.
Look lively! It's a...
Two boops. 2 boops. Yeah, see, the Mary, that one was the most unexpected, which is why I did too. I was like, oh my god. So Mary's for the unexpected, and McCollum's just for the absolute badassness that it definitely was. That's Johnny for you, for sure.
Over there!
2 boops. 2 boops of doom. Oh, I should have used it on this guy. issues finding this last time. Thought I had issues.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Pretty sure I had issues getting into that room last time. Oh, never mind.
It's locked, all right.
I'm just kind of wondering why I'm still looting it. Let's just have it.
No civilians allowed, sir.
It's locked, all right. Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me? Jonathan, is it really you? Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here. Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say? Edgar, what happened? They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skull epidemic.
I never...
I put him in a somewhat delicate...
Really?
Time will tell.
William Marshall.
I think you're hiding. William Marshall, for example.
Jonathan,
While investigating the epidemic,
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan.
Doris...
I know nothing about that.
No, Edgar, there is more.
What does this sad story...
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
How dare you judge me? Must I name the alarming list of your victims?
We are both deceivers. But at least I know I'm a monster.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
He said, you know I'm a monster. Alright, chat, what do y'all want to do? Try and turn or embrace him? We could, if I have enough XP, embrace. Alright, that's 1 vote for embrace. Turn. So I need a 3rd vote. We're going to sit on this screen until I get the 3rd vote. Again, if it's on screen, that must mean I have enough XP to do it. I didn't think I had 3,000. Yeah, embrace. That was the deciding factor.
death is imminent, Dr. Swansea. But I swear, it will be quick.
I already told you to call me Edgar.
Look at him, like, creeping on him.
I believe you never have been, sir. You have lied to me at every step and betrayed the trust of a woman I cherish.
You and the lady? Really? Well, I should have seen it coming, I suppose. May I add that I welcome this fighting, I mean.
You have your wish.
Going to hurt? I always wondered.
So see, it's weird. I didn't have enough blood to turn. So, yeah, it did look like it hurt a little bit.
It's locked.
I didn't get that key. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Lady Ashbury, because then I know after that they're gonna want me to do the whole scavenger hunt for the 3 parts. We'll do that in the next part. So we're gonna end it at Lady Ashbury. Let's head there now. I did think it was funny too there where Swansea tried to throw it at us. He's like, don't act like you haven't drained all my patients and doctors. And Johnny was like, at least I know I'm a monster. Fair enough. I don't, like, turning it would have been interesting, but I don't know. Like, I think Swansea needed to go. I mean, he literally started this whole game. Like, I may never have been bitten if this epidemic that he helped create, because influenza was a thing, but they're implying that what he did prior, that was prior to me getting bit, so I may never have gotten bit had Swansea, and if you've watched the story, there's a reason that I got bit.
Hannah Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
So, he did need to go.
Let's pin him down!
Thank you guys for sticking around for the whole 2 hours. All I'll say is the next game I'm playing is, again, another one of my favorite games, and it's open world, so the guys, they died from the explosion of the one dude. The one guy, like, died, and when he exploded, it took the other 2 out. The next game I play is probably going to be the longest series that I've done, because I'm going to want to do everything I can in that game. Why am I still looting? You know, like, why? I have no need to loot. Why am I doing it? Habit, I guess. I can't upgrade anything, so Yeah, that one cauldron took out all 3 of them.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan?
She doesn't care how cruel I am. She still wants me.
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now?
She's gotta be mad about this.
He was mortally wounded. I put an end to his misery.
That is terrible, Jonathan. And yet you did what you must. Poor man.
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skal epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
I don't know if the game will register that, but...
He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic.
Maybe in the epilogue.
He unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had neither the discipline, knowledge, nor the proper facilities to conduct blood experiments.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an icon. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but... do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your enemy.
Wait, no! Elizabeth!
I would think maybe she would acknowledge it in the epilogue. That's my guess. Alright, let's go find a hideout so it'll save. It's kind of funny that she has Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's kind of dope. It's kind of cool. Great vampire movie, by the way. Anyone hasn't seen it? Bram Stoker's Dracula is a really good vampire movie. Alright, let's go find a hideout. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it'll take to the epilogue where, you know, we try to explain, like, try to talk her out of basically ending herself. Maybe she'll call, like, she'll bring it up. What about my daughter? And it's just like, got a point. I don't see a happy ending for Johnny, though. I don't see a happy ending for Johnny. But let's get to a hideout so it'll save. And the next part will be this one mission where we have to get all of the items, make it, fight the final boss, and the epilogue. So the next part will be the final part.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need.
right up here.
Not a safe place, Ron. Get them weapons ready.
No, I'm not the villain. That's the funny part. As cruel as I am, I mean, I guess, depends on how you see it, because I'm still gonna stop the disaster, so the influenza will be done. But who's left in? I mean, who's left in London to experience? I'm just picking something to use the XP on now. Here, just use it on this spring. Yeah. London's burning. I think that's because every district fell. Every borough fell. So, not pretty. Alright, so that's gonna do it for... Is this part 5? Please tell me I guessed that right. We're on part 5, right, guys? Completely. I forget the parts we're on. Yes? Okay. Yeah, so that is gonna conclude part 5 of my Vampyr walkthrough / live stream Evil Johnny playthrough. We're one part away. So, I think very, very easily, especially with how easy combat will be, I think the next part will be done with the series. So, I'll be announcing the game, my next game, at the end of that. So, hope you guys have enjoyed. If you liked the gameplay or my personality, feel free to subscribe. It truly means a lot. If you want to keep up with my gaming updates and streams, you can always find me on YouTube Tuesdays and Saturdays at 11:45 Central Standard Time. If you want to keep up with the updates, feel free to follow me on TikTok at SgtParson's. Again, that's where I'll be doing my updates, so if one of my streams I can't do it, that's where I'll update it. If you missed the last of this part, I'm going to make a TikTok on there explaining my next game that I'll be streaming. But honestly, that out of the way, thank you guys in the live stream. It means a lot that y'all were here for the whole time. I'm glad you've hopefully enjoyed this run that we've been on. And if you're watching it when it uploads, as always, leave a like and a comment. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. This is, I'm sure, much more entertaining to see unhinged Johnny in all his glory. But that's going to conclude this part, and I'll see you guys next time.